Hello. How's everybody doing?
Hello.
You look very comfortable, relaxed,
I
and everything else
am, I am very comfortable in my bed right now.
in your bed. How many of our followers are like, wish they would be like close to you right now?
No, I am engaged.
She's engaged, you
Taken.
know? She's engaged. I was fixing to go to that one. You cut me off. Vicky V, how are you doing, sweetheart? Hello, everyone. Thank you so very much to Vicky V because she is one of the ones that I count on to make things happen, and she made today happen. Thank you so very much, Vicky V. Hilda Pena, hey, how are you doing? Hello, Lawrence. Hello, everyone. So thank you so very much for being in here. We've got a great show. We've got the Texas Troubadour himself, by the way. I call him the Texas Troubadour because you got to hear this guy sing. He's got some pipes in him, and this is his solo venture, but he's
Yeah.
been in business for a long time. So if you are a fan of Tejano music, you've heard him before. You may have not known who he was, but I guarantee you've heard his voice before. Great vocals, and he's a handsome dude. You may want to turn that ring around. He's
No, sir. I got me a handsome one too.
Hilda says congratulations, by the
Thank
way.
you, Hilda.
Vic Gonzalez, how are you doing, brother? Thank you so very much for joining us. Yeah, now that Vic is here, he just reminded me that we do have the what you call it, the radio gala that's coming up here,
Yeah.
and I will also be at the radio gala. However, there's the Cinco de Mayo thing that's coming up, Memorial Day rather, the Memorial Day that's coming up. Make sure that you go out there for that. I'll have some more information on that as well.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, Rick? Thank you so very much for joining us. Let's go ahead and run that intro and bring in the guy himself, the one, the only, the Texas Troubadour is what I'm calling him right now, the Texas Troubadour, Mr. Daniel Ortiz. Hey, Danny, how's it going, brother? Oh, I can't hear your vocals, brother. Did I mute you? No, no, no. I can't hear your vocals.
We can't hear you, Denny.
We can't hear you, brother. You gotta talk to me, loco. Hell, this is the radio gala. Yeah.
Yeah, the radio gala.
Yes, it says yes. I'm a fanfare. Danny, I can't hear you, bro. I still can't hear you, bro.
We can't hear you.
There's a little. Press the letter S on your keyboard, and that's gonna pop up the controls, and then just go ahead and change your microphone, and so that way it'll allow you. Are you using your phone? If you're using a phone, you may not be able to do that. If you're using a phone, try to just log out and then log back in. Just do that. Okay. No, no, it's all right. Go ahead and log out and then log back in. How do I know this? Because I read lips.
You're very good at that because I did not understand a single lip read at all. I just
That's what I do. I mean, are you there? Yeah, I still can't hear you, bro. I
we still
really
can't
can't.
hear you.
Uh, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Do you have another phone? Hold on just a second. I can make it happen. What's this? This is, yeah, hold on.
Let the man do his magic. He'll get you on in just a
Get you
second.
on, just trust me.
We're going to hear you loud and clear in just a second.
I gotta just make this thing happen real quick. Hold on. Let's see if this works. We had the same problem on mine. Oh wow. I'm sorry. He
Oh, well,
was
earlier it was
we were
working
talking
fine.
just a while ago. We were giving him the
Yeah.
whole rundown and everything else. I don't know what happened.
Mm.
Sometimes it's because of the if you're using your phone, whatchamacallit doesn't like it. Um,
Restream.
no, not Restream, but
Um,
Yeah, you
I'm
call me.
using my
I don't
phone
have my number.
tonight.
Look, I already sent you. Look in the read in the private chat.
Look in the chat box on the restream.
Yeah, here. Hold on. Let me send it to. Let me send it to. Hold on, because I can connect them this way. Hey, Vicky, do me a favor, Vicky, if you can still hear me, because I don't have his number. Oh wait, yes I do. Hold on. Is it the number that you gave me at the awards? Wow. I am taking so long. This is terrible.
It's okay.
Aha.
Hello?
Hey brother, how you doing?
Yes.
What's up, man?
Yeah, now everybody can hear you because I have you on the phone.
Do you hear an echo or no?
Yeah, I hear it on your side, but what you got to do is just turn off your volume on your side.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, just turn
There.
off the volume on your side and just
Okay.
listen to the phone.
Okay, can I hear Barbie or no?
Can you hear Barbie? Go ahead, Barbie.
Hi.
Okay, I can hear you there.
Okay, there you go. Just like that, brother.
Okay, well, there we go. We figured it out for right now.
What?
I don't know what happened because we tested everything and everything was great.
Yeah, I know.
You guys put me on hold so we can do the intro and everything, and we came right back, and I don't know what happened.
See, there it is. Now, can y'all guys hear him, right? You can hear him, right, Barbie?
Yep.
Everybody?
All right, see, there you go. Mira, I'm amazing.
Never doubted you.
Just like that. To be honest with you, it's because I think on the fly. But
Yeah.
there's been a lot of people that are like, "Oh my God, what do I do now?" Just turn it off.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why you're the pilot.
Right.
You know what's going on.
I'm going to tell you something that's really, really bad. One time I was because I was one of the main programmers at Verizon, so I would work on their servers. I did. This is before cell phones became a big thing, and so I was the guy that would program your caller ID. So people would call and they would be like, "Oh, you know what? My name is spelled wrong or whatever." I've even had some weird requests. I remember this one. She wanted her name to be Minivan Mama. That's what she wanted to come up with. This Minivan Mama. But anyway, so I would program it and everything else. And the techs that were out in the field, they would call me and they would be like, "Oh, I'm on telephone pole, whatever," because they all have numbers. And I'm at PED, whatever. And I'm looking at this peg and I want to connect service there. So I could do it from here in San Angelo, wherever they were in Texas. I could connect the phone service through the computer. And this one guy, he was like, "Well, I got this guy over here and he can't get his phone to work, but he wants me to be, telling him what to do, but he can't get that line to work." And I was like, "Is he checking 14?" He's like, "He says he's checking it, but he doesn't have anything." And I tested it and I was like, "Well, it's active. It should be there." He goes, "No, he's not getting it." And I go, "I tell you what, this is what he has to do." And the guy's like, "Okay." And I go, "You tell him to get his number 4 rubber hammer." He's like, "Hey, get your number 4 rubber hammer." And I go, "Now tell him to hit himself in the stomach real hard and pop his head out of his ass because number 14 works." And he was like, but he was on number 16. By the way, it goes by evens on top and odds on the bottom. That's why
I got you.
He was one off.
Yeah.
So, but you would think if that one you think is the right one, it doesn't work, you would test the ones around it. So that way.
Exactly.
But you're wasting time, so.
Yeah.
But
the
anyway.
Process of elimination.
Yeah. So, but there wasn't an app for that back in those days. So,
you just needed some common sense.
Yeah, just some common sense. It scares me at times when I get on. I know she gets
What's up, Hilda?
Hilda gets a little nervous sometimes because she does the show. She's on our network and she does the show, and she does. Sometimes she does it all by herself. And she calls me. She's like, "Hey, what do I do?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we were trying to figure it out last time, I believe, right? A couple of months ago.
Yeah,
something like that. back in November, December,
Yeah.
something like that.
Well, I logged in. I just beep, beep, beep. There you go. You're good. And she's like, I hate you.
Well, that's good. That's good. She knows you because you can help figure it out.
Yeah.
That's good.
The last time I talked to you was at the Hano Mundial, and it was good having an interview there with you and talking to you. I told Barbie how handsome you were, and she was like, oh, I'm gonna turn my ring around.
Nah, I did not. You can get me in trouble.
No, she didn't do that. Of course not. No, but I mean, I was telling people, first of all, that they probably heard you, but if they're just kind of the regular average Joe, they just go to the show and they pay attention to some of the music, go out there and enjoy themselves. Don't really pay attention to the bands or really don't really get into that. They're not going to know who they are.
Not unless you're really following,
unless you're
a Tejano fan.
Yeah, unless you're a true Tejano fan, you're not going to know. But let me tell you something. This guy, he's been around, and I had to dig up a picture, because that's what I do. But check this out. And then this is why when I first talked to you, I was like, I didn't get you. I was like, man, I know him from somewhere. But I know a lot of people. And Barbie, I recognize a lot of people in the business because I've been doing it for a long time. But this is why Mr. Daniel, I couldn't get you, brother. Look at what you're wearing, brother.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
I love that picture, man. Because we're all there kicking butt and having fun.
Yeah.
We're having fun.
Yeah.
I still can't remember. I mean, Scorpions nightclub, and I'm still trying to remember where was that. I was thinking it's probably West Texas,
Yeah. You know what? I think it's closer to Waco. I don't remember, dude. It's too many places. They're all the same. Yeah. They're all the same.
And they all changed probably throughout the years, right?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, there you are. You were with Jimmy Gonzalez y Grupo Mas. You were doing the Joe Lopez parts. But you were holding your own. You were singing them your way, which is one of the things that I always tell people. It's okay to do covers as long as you make them your own. You sing them if you want to. Paying homage that way. Nobody's going to sing like Selena, but if you're going to do a Selena song, do it your way and do it good.
Sing it with your heart. You know what I mean? Just sing it and have a good time with it. And every time you sing it, you're gonna sing it better, and you're gonna find better ways to do it. And every singer's different. So
Hilda goes.
I remember those shirts. I forgot where we got them, but I remember we were in California. I think it was L.A. We were in L.A. and Jimmy's like, Danny, let's go get you some shirts. Let's just go. Let's go look for stuff. So we went. It was him, me, Lisa G, and one of the helpers, one of the drivers, the bodyguard guy that would help us out. He was either Oscar or George. Great guys. Anyway, we would go. And me and Lisa would go. We'd go shop real quick, and then we would come back and check it out and show Jimmy and all that. And we'd come back, and we'd be hanging out. We'd take a break, and it was fun. Versace, we would get Versace shirts and all this stuff, And for me, I'm like, we don't need to spend that much,
You're right.
That's a $250 shirt right there. That's a $300 shirt, and it was up. But they were cool and fun and bright shirts. Yeah. There's a way you're going to miss me on stage, I guess.
Well, one of the things that I really, I've told this story before when I had a club here in San Angelo.
Oh, okay.
It was a 2-story club. We had a 1,800 person capacity. And Jimmy called me and he's like, hey, Lawrence, man, I want to do your New Year's. And I was like, Jimmy, man, I can't pay you $12,000, man. It's just, I don't want to do it. I'd rather have 2 or 3 bands for New Year's than just you. Yeah. And, the following in February, he's like, well, let me come down. And I was like, man, I was hemming and hawing. He goes, you know what? I'll do it for the door. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, you just guarantee me you're going to pay $3,000 in advertisement. and I'll take the door.
Okay.
Yeah. And he says, I'll take the door. You sell my tickets at this price and I'll take the door. I said, yeah. And let me tell you something. He made out, I should have taken the money because he made it like $12,000 at the door. And I was like, but he's one person who bet on himself every time. But it was it was a great show, great music. It was on time. And, that's the one thing you can count on. When you're a great band, you can always count on music quality and a great show. It doesn't always have to be flashy. It doesn't have to be a lot of dancing and everything else. It just has to be consistent.
Solid.
The music, the music as it's coming to you has to be consistent and very good. And that's the deal. That's for me was what I really enjoyed, and it brought in the people. I do know one thing, Jimmy. He was like, there was a lady that was in front, and she was a little tipsy. And this is by this time Jimmy was already sitting down in a chair. He wasn't standing up anymore. And my stage is like 5 feet tall, and we had a rail in the front. And this woman, she was leaning on the rail. She was getting up on a chair and leaning on the rail. She was flashing him, and he kept saying, "It's very exposing. It's like Girls Gone Wild up here." And he was trying to tell me, but I was in the back. My security guards were all over the place. And nobody picked up on what he was saying until some lady comes out there. There's some tonta over there showing her chiches. Huh?
What year was that?
I'm not gonna lie. It's like 2000, I think 2002, 2003, right in that area, maybe.
I don't know why I kind of remember that. I don't know if I was there.
Well, I do know because
I bet you would remember that.
Well, no, I had to turn to Gracie and go, "What is a chichi?" She goes, "That's a Spanish slang for boobs." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So, because I'd never heard it before. So, but yeah, we were like, "Hey, lady, it's cool that you're a fan, but let's keep them inside." Yeah. But she was too drunk. She's like, as soon as she saw, and she wasn't like a little girl. She was like she was, and I mean, I was like, as soon as I turned around, she released the Krakens,
Oh my God, you called it Krakens.
Because
that's messed up, Lawrence. That's messed up.
Well, don't get mad at me. I didn't tell her. What am I supposed? They were like grapefruits and socks. It was just like, that was bad. I'm sorry, Danny. I didn't mean to go off on this tangent. Heather Jolene, saludos amigos. Oh my God, Barbie, you look flawless, girly. There you go. Hilda says David Velas here. Says, let's see here. Hola, Doña Chingona. Hey, how are you doing, sweetheart? She says, hola, Daniel. How are you doing, brother?
Doing? Comadre, how you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah.
Thanks for being a part of it and hanging out with us. También a Hilda Peña house. Y también Vicky V.
Yeah, Vicky V's in the house, man.
I appreciate everything that they're doing for me. Doing a lot of promotion, so I really appreciate that.
She's Vicky V is a hard worker, man. She really is. I see her in a lot of different places, and she never forgets to come and say hello. I mean, she's very cordial, and she's always working hard for her artists and stuff like that. You can't ask for anything else. You can't ask for anything less than that.
Yeah, I met Vicky, at Vegas. So I went to Vegas this summer with my primo Noe, which is also my manager. We're partners in this project. And we went out there. We're like, he was telling me, you know what, bro? Let's get things started. Let's start rolling. So let's go to Vegas and let's just get some exposure out there and socialize and let's, catch up with stuff. Because I know it's been a minute, right, since I've done anything with Tejano. And I said, well, let's go. Let's just have a good time, right? Let's just kind of go and have a good weekend. Let's do it. Pues el otro gets the booth and this, and we get posters and we get autograph cards and, just all that stuff. And so we ended up making a booth or renting a booth, and right next to us was Vicky V. and the radio, online radio, group that they're a part of, and then we just struck a conversation there, in between people, and then we made a connection and all that, and we're like, yeah, we're definitely going to call you when we're ready to get the first single out and start pushing it. So she's doing good. She's doing good. All the girls, all the different promoters we're working with, we're doing great. Everybody's doing a great job. So it's a good team. Yeah, really good team.
It does take a lot. I've always talked about how it takes a lot of people to release a single, because you got to record the vocals, the dummy track, and then go back, re-record the vocals, your mastering, mix mastering, and all this other stuff. There's a lot of stuff that goes into releasing a single.
The writing and all that.
Yeah, but then also the afterwards as well. You got to have people that help you out with
just getting song out to the public,
distribution, setting up interviews, your merch, trying to get your locations. There's a whole bunch, and especially if it's just one person doing it, it's really, really tough. So
it can be overwhelming.
Yeah, there's no Nilo Ortiz. Hello, hey, how are you doing? Just joining. Sorry. How's it going, brother? Where are you from? Danny says Heather. He's already married, girlfriend.
What's going on? Amigos, yeah, right? Heather, what's up?
Yeah.
So originally, I'm from Brownsville. I'm a Valley boy.
Mm-hmm.
Pero it's been quite a few years. I've been living up in Austin, Texas, and living up here, and about an hour out of San Antonio, hour away from San Antonio. So it's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's I have a lot of friends that are there in San Antonio, and it's kind of hard being in the heart of San Antonio and trying to maneuver through the industry, because there's so many different options there. And in San Antonio, you're spoiled because you get a lot of that music. And outside, just in Texas in itself, we get a lot of music as well, a lot of Tejano music. They don't realize that outside of Texas, there is a need for Tejano music. There's a want. Monterrey, they have bands that are local bands playing Tejano music because they don't have they're filling a void.
Right.
There's
I've seen, and that's been going on for years.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the norteño, it took over for the last 20 years with norteño, even more. But I think this style of music, Tejano, it's not going anywhere. And maybe a lot of people said, "Oh, it's gone." Maybe it went underground a little bit, in a weird way, but it's always there. It's always there. And I think now it's getting even stronger once again, even though it never died out. But I just feel it like maybe, I don't know, maybe the generations.
Well,
it's another wave.
What I'll tell you is what happened. What I saw, the major blow that happened with Tejano was the distribution. There was it's kind of like Spotify. Spotify is the one that reminded me about it, because Spotify went through this a couple of years ago, where Capital EMI took all of their music away from Spotify, and all these people were buying, or they were thinking they were buying this music. They weren't. They were just renting the music. And when Capital EMI pulled their music from it, you could no longer hear anything that was recorded on Capital EMI. And there was this big, huge hole, and people were all up in arms and everything else. But it's because everybody got used to just using Spotify. Instead of using Tidal and Pandora and all these others, they were just using Spotify. They had cornered the market, and that's it. A similar thing happened in Tejano music when they were using worldwide music distribution. When they were using them, everybody was sending their CDs to them, and they were distributing all over the world. They were the ones that were sending it to Walmart. You remember when they had Hastings Music back in the day?
Yeah.
They were sending it to Hastings. They were sending it to Best Buy. They were sending it all over the world. They were the ones that were the connection.
Yeah.
But they were stationed here in Texas.
Oh.
However, one of the guys, I can't remember the guy who it was, but he was embezzling from the company. And he took all with the money and it went under.
Oh, wow.
And when it went under, all these people, because remember back then we couldn't order 50 CDs. It had to be a block. And a block was 500 CDs. So there was a ton of people with thousands of dollars invested in music that was just sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody had the connections because we were just going through one person. That's the downfall of a monopoly.
Yeah.
That's why we have $10 eggs right now. There are only 2 companies in the United States that control 80% of the egg market. 2.
There you go.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
That's what monopolies do. They control the price, but when they fail, what happens? And so nobody is getting the music. So with music, it dies.
Yeah.
And then when Spotify comes along,
mm-hmm.
and I said this is my last show. I said when I was a kid, it cost me 3 lawns. I had to mow 3 lawns and throw trash for 2 houses, so that way I could go to the store and buy myself an Aerosmith album.
There you go.
That's what it cost me. But right now, if you go and get Spotify, you pay $19 a month and you can listen to every song, countless albums. It doesn't have the same value. People are not willing to invest in that music.
Because you can have every song in the world on the tip of your fingers.
Right.
And what happens with that? You become cheap, ladito.
Right.
Back to you're down. You start getting that ADHD even more because now you just want to. You get in that rabbit hole. You just want to look for this song. And you forget about that song, 20 songs ago.
Just look at just pay attention to what you do when you look at Netflix. How many movies did you pass before you said, let's play? How many movies?
That's true.
How much did you flip through there? How much time did you miss?
On average, when I want to do movie night, it's about 45 minutes to an hour by the time I find what I want to watch.
Oh, wait, that's too long.
You just wasted all this time. But you're not, that's not strange. That's not strange. It does happen. It happens to a lot of people. And so that's what I'm saying. But what we need to do is what's happening now. Just like female artists, we are giving female artists the recognition that they've always deserved.
Yeah.
We're appreciating them for the contributions they've given us.
Yeah.
And we're giving new artists also an opening for them to share their music with us. And like Barbie and I, we don't dictate what music what people listen to. Our whole mentality is the people decide. Our job is to make sure good music gets heard. That's it. The only requirement is that that it has to be recorded under industry standards, and it has to have an ISRC code because
you got
to get paid.
Yeah,
and that's what we want.
That way you guys don't get in trouble, and at the same time, royalties can go where it needs to go. Right. All the distribution needs to be, Yeah,
we want to respect that. David Vela says, "Hey, Indio, Barbie Chick, Danny, and David Vela. Oakland is watching. Oakland in the house. Mira nomás. I know, right? No says Brownville's in the house. Vicky V says, hey, bestie, how are you doing? All right. Mira nomás.
Hey, everybody out there listening, comment real quick where you guys are from or whatever. Just
let
so
us
we know. I want to know how wide. Where are we? Are we hanging out with people in Washington or?
Yeah, right. Where you at?
Seattle.
I cannot get if you were listening to us.
Seattle.
Yeah, if you're listening to us on TikTok, I am not seeing your comments. So send them to me, text them to me, and I can pop those up. But I'm not seeing. I can see you, but I don't see you. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
So we're all it's right. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, your
I need
YouTube.
to add my TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok and mine, Mixcloud.
Nice.
We're like I said, we're on 7 different social media streams, and then
Do you get people listening from other countries?
I get
Yes.
132 countries.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That's awesome.
100, and they come from all over. Japan, papuchis from Cuba.
The band, there's a band from Japan. What are they called? They're like a norteño band.
Oh,
Los Gatos de Okinawa
yeah,
or something
there you
like
go. Yeah, los japones,
Los Japón.
Yeah.
Las-
Dude, those guys are good. Those guys
Yeah.
are like
Oh yeah,
they're like the
the
thing.
name though.
yeah, they are. They are
They're
actually.
good.
Actually, the accordionist is the only one that's still doing it.
Oh, really?
But I believe he's got his nephew playing the bajo now. And
Yeah,
but the other guys, for some reason, I think one of them got sick, and I think the other one he lost it during COVID. But yeah, the Japones, they're still having it. Graviela Esmeralda Ponce is watching from Del Rio, Texas.
Ooh, Del Rio, yeah.
Del Rio, there you go. Nice.
Been out there in a while. I haven't been out there in a while, but with recording new songs and getting things going, hopefully, si Dios quiere, I can hopefully start performing later this year.
Yeah, I pulled your deal. You're at the Hano Fan Fest Expo, the meet and greet, the Westgate Resort and Casino.
That
Yeah.
was last year.
Oh, was that?
July.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That was our first. What do you call it? It's the post or banner that we created.
Nice.
That was our very first thing. Like I said, Danny, yeah, he's coming out. Here he comes.
So,
and it takes a bit. I don't want to rush it.
no.
Thank God I got Muñeca de Cristal out on radio, and I'm glad that all the internet radio stations, terrestrial radio, everybody's helping out. KLMO has a lot of different radio stations throughout Texas, and thank God, gracias a Dios, KLMO, they're helping me out. They're pushing it. They personally like the music. They like that song, and they tell me, Danny, if we didn't like the song, we wouldn't play it. Because that song, it feels that good 90s, 80s Tejano style that's there, but it also complements all the other songs we're playing on rotation. So it complements and it flows, and people are calling it in. They say people keep calling it in and requesting it. So we got a lot of supporters there on radio helping out. So
yeah,
music, for music, I've always said from the beginning, for me, it's not about me. It's about the music, and if the music's good and the people like it, that's what matters. That's what matters to me.
And it's a well created song, well put together.
Thank you.
The mix is really, really good. I like it.
Thank you.
And obviously, I'm a big fan of your voice, the way you sing, and so I love your timbre. You've got a great sound, and you're not too high or too low. You've got a great timbre in your voice, and you're an easy listen. Some people, when you know this, there's some guys that sing like way too low, and it's hard to understand what it is that they're saying.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it's way too high, and you're like, where is he at?
Yeah.
So, but you have a good timbre, and it sits really, really well. So, and since I got it, I put it on the air, and it's done well. So, that's the plus part. And there's nothing. All we can do is just keep playing it, and just let it play, and let it do it. Juan Gonzalez says, "Saludos. How are you doing, Juan?" Graviela says, "Hey, that would be awesome if you came out to Del Rio." You know how you do that, and this is one of the things that I need to tell. I keep telling people, keep reminding them. If you're tired of your local promoters bringing the same bands over and over again, the reason they're doing that is because they're fishing. They don't know what you want. They only bring the same band over and over again because you came the last time. So if you want them to bring somebody new, go up there and tell them and say, hey, you know what? Danny Ortiz has this badass song and he's got this whole awesome show. Bring him down. And then they have something to listen to. And then they go, oh, okay, we can bring somebody else.
Yeah.
But that's how you affect the music industry. And the number one way to help out an artist is to go to their shows and buy their merch. You go to their shows and buy the music from them exclusively. 99 cents a song is a good price. Don't take me wrong. Streaming the music can always help, but they get 0.0017 cents.
You don't get anything. It's a good exposure tool.
Yeah, that's it. But if you buy it from them, they get the money. You buy the shirt, they get the money. See, and if you go to the shows, they get the money. That's how you keep it going, and that's how the music keeps going, and that's how you support your favorite artists. And that's why we do this, so that way you get to talk to them and you get to learn more about who they are and what they've done. That's the whole thing. No says that's KLMO 98.9 FM in San Antonio.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Placido is a great show on Saturday. I mean, no, it's on Sundays. And I love the guy to death, and every time I'm down there, he's like, come on, Lawrence, let's go get something to eat, And I was like, no, bro, because your son, he's a sheriff. And I've got a record. No, just kidding. I've never.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I'd be a terrible criminal.
Yeah. So the crews, they're really supporting, and they're playing pretty much all their partner radios out there. So, Corpus Christi, San Antonio, Victoria, Beeville.
Isn't it Eagle Pass also, or something like that?
The Valley también, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And everybody's enjoying it. Everybody's enjoying it. So, gracias a Dios. That's a Beto Ramon song. You know who Beto Ramon is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a Beto Ramon song that he wrote. He wrote for me. And he wrote that song. He wrote that song in one day. He wrote it. We had a conversation, and he goes, yo te hablo mañana, mijito, and see if I can get you. Let me see what I can come up with. I'll call you tomorrow. And sure enough, he calls me the next day and plays the I guess I have a delay on my video or something.
Yeah, it's frozen.
Yeah, it's frozen.
We can still hear you.
We can hear you, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a beautiful song that Beto Ramon wrote. When I heard it, I wanted the title of the song, and this was called Muñeca de Cristal, and he sang it for me, and I heard it, and I'm like, that's a good song. That's going to be a hit song right there.
Yeah, he's
now our part to go and produce it and arrange it, and put all the sprinkles in there. But he gave us that main, this is how the song goes, and don't veer off of it too much.
Well, for those of you who don't know Beto Ramon, he's written a lot of famous songs. He's a very, very affluent songwriter. He's written songs for a lot of major bands, Mas, La Mafia, for a lot of people, Jay Perez. He's written them for everybody. So if
Ramon,
yeah, he's done a lot. Real quick, Vicky V says Mrs. Taz, she loves that song, and then Hilda says that it's a top 20 on KLMO's deal. Jose Luis Garibay says, hello, Danny.
What's up, Garibay? Is that Garibay?
Yeah,
Joe?
Garibay, yeah.
Brother, thanks for tuning in, man. Yes, that's right. I'm falling asleep here right now. Maybe because it's almost bedtime. I don't know.
Look, sorry for late viewing. I had a baseball tryouts for my son, but y'all keep up the hard work. To my baby girl, Patricia Vargas, that Barbie chick, love you. And Indio, great job. Thank you very much, Jesus. How are you doing, brother? Thank you very much for joining us. He goes, y'all know. Papuchi says, hola, saludos desde todos. Feliz noche, Papuchi, from Cuba. How are you doing?
Papuchi, ¿cómo estás?
Hi, Papuchi.
Congratulations on your award.
Papuchi is de Cuba. No, Colombia. ¿Dónde? Cuba?
De Cuba.
Yeah.
Cuba.
Yeah, he won a Tejano Mundial award for the cumbia song. So
yes,
cumbia of the year.
Yes, it's a catchy cumbia. The cumbia's got it's catchy. I like it.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, hopefully they play that song at the clubs every once in a while. The breaks between bands and all that.
Well,
And that's another thing that the clubs can do. It'd be great to support the up and coming guys. The guys coming out with stuff.
yeah,
Just throw it in the mix. It doesn't hurt. People aren't gonna walk away because you play some new stuff.
yeah. I have a network of about 14 DJs that I work with real close.
Great.
And I give them some music and I say, put this on, and they tell me what the crowd reaction is. That's the better barometer
Right.
for me, because I've had people ask me, do a top 10, but for me, top 10s, it's really hard to maintain the integrity of a top 10, and people can always manipulate the numbers, but at the club, it's a totally different thing. When they play it at the club, you will know.
That's real time. Right there.
Yeah, that's real time. I haven't gone as far as have them record the reaction of the people, because then I'm asking them to do a lot because they're there to perform, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But
of course.
I think one of the new things that I'm going to try to do is just try to go to these different clubs and see it for myself. And see what it does. And it's funny because every time I do go out to the club, they'll play the music that I've sent them, and I can see it with myself. And, it's really, really.
I play that song that he sent us.
Indios in the house.
That's funny.
Yeah. And it's crazy because they're like, what's funny is that I don't drink. And and all these people, they see me and they're like, hey, bro, let me buy you a drink. And I'm like, I don't drink. Can I have some water? And they'll bring me a beer. And then I'll say, thanks a lot. And then I'll just put it down. And then they're like, hey, let me bring you a beer. And I'm like, no, dude, I'll just have some water. And they bring me a beer and I'll put it down there. Next thing you know, I got like a 12-pack of bottles on the floor.
You need to send it my way, Indio. Send it my way.
Yeah, but you never.
Harvey. Woo.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, it's all good. People drink. Some people don't drink. It don't matter. It's all good.
Yeah, no, I don't have an issue with it. It's just that it's like, it's the funniest thing because it doesn't matter. You're like, I don't drink.
Yeah.
I don't drink. No says he's a ventriloquist because your voices are not synced.
I know for me, when I do perform, I do say, hey man, I'm not drinking, right now I'm here to perform and let's do the show and let's put on a good show. Because also with the cold and everything, it ends up, it tightens your throat and you got to be nice and relaxed. So, yeah.
Yeah. You gotta
know when to, when not to. And you want to have one or two or a couple after the gig and get the gig out of the way and, chill out.
Yeah. Especially if you're outside, you're singing outside and it's cold. Drink some tea, drink some coffee, keep your vocal.
That was one of my first gigs with Jimmy. We did Sombrero Fest, Brownsville, Texas, Sombrero Fest, main stage. And it was like whole front came in, super cold, super windy. It was raining to leave, and the rain was like this the whole night.
Wow.
He almost canceled. We huddled up. Jimmy's like, you guys want to do this, or we can cancel. We have the right to cancel. And we all voted, said, no, let's get up there. We're already here, so let's go do it. So playing with big old jackets and everything and just doing the song, that was probably one of my first gigs with Jimmy. He's like, come on, let's go, get up there. We're going on the main stage. I'm like, here we go.
No. And by the way, the Sombrero Fest was like last week, I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like last week or the week before. Jesse Villarreal says, saludos, Denny. How are things over there? Yeah, in Florida, I think Jesse's in.
There's Florida, yes, sir. One of the best Tejano songwriters out there. Mm-hmm. He's awesome. He's up there.
Yeah, he's got a smooth voice, man. A smooth voice.
He's up there in the Beto Ramon category of songwriters. They're good. They're pesado.
Yeah.
They got that gift.
Jose Luis says the show must go on.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and listen to the song, man, so that we can let the people know what it is that we're talking about. Muñeca de Cristal. It's a great song. Pay attention to it. And so that way, put it down, write it down, so that way you can request it when you're listening to it on a radio station, you're listening to us, or when you're at the club, you can ask them, hey, ¿sabes qué? Play Muñeca de Cristal, because you know it's an awesome song. You don't have it? It's 99 cents, bro. Buy it. Come on, put it on. I'll dance to it. See, especially if you're a girl. Because DJs, they love watching girls dance.
These songs and the Muñeca de Cristal, these songs, this is for the women. You know, it's for all the muñecas and all the women.
See,
pura muñecas.
I'm on it, brother. I'm on it. I'm on there with you.
Mrs. Tans, she likes the song, and I told her, hey, you need to, DJ Tans needs to sing to her and you know, kind of like do the, what do you call it? The lip sync.
Yeah.
Or even sing it. I don't care. Sing it. Sing it at 7 morning.
There you go.
I would love to put a collage, a video collage of different people singing different parts of the song.
Oh, that would be
that'd be cool.
And it's the people. It's the video of the people, not me. I'm not going to be in it. That's for the fans.
All right. So here we go.
I got to make a post and see if we can get that going.
Right. So, Muñeca de Cristal from Danny Ortiz. That is the Barbie chick right there. That is Danny right there. I'm Indio right here. Oh,
más feliz es tuyo mi mi querer. Muñeca de cristal, es tuyo mi querer. Muñeca de cristal.
Nice, brother. I told you, man. You got a great timbre. It's just like Graviela says. It's a beautiful voice. It's
Thank you, gracias.
yeah.
Thank you.
It's not everybody that can hit those low notes and hit the high medium highs and stay in pitch and just deliver it clean. And there's
Thank you.
a good reason that you were with Jimmy Gonzalez. Jimmy has a good ear and he knows what he likes to hear. And,
Appreciate that so much.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this real quick. Have you thought about doing any duets with any artists?
Man, I love to. I'm game. Whoever would take me serious want me to do something. Yeah, there's like tons of different artists. For me, for the one of the women, right, is Stephanie Montiel.
Ooh, yeah.
I like her tone, and when I hear her sing, I'm like, maybe if her and I were to do a song together, it would complement each other.
Yeah.
And other girls, Jennifer Peña, right? But it's like, hey, calmate, she's probably like, okay, not this guy. But that would be awesome.
No, Jenny's good. I mean, she's doing her thing, but I think we have to look at whenever, because I mean, I manage Joanna Ray and a couple of other artists and stuff, and for me, what I listen to is just what key they're at, what key that they sing at, and then try to match somebody with the same key.
Yeah.
You've got a great range, so you can move within that.
Ooh, I try. Sometimes I get tired. I'm like, why did I record this?
Right.
Yeah. Marcos Orozco. I've always thought I would really want to do a song with Marcos Orozco.
Oh yeah, he's got that.
Oh, it would, I love his music. It's real smooth, and his voice is like, it's like you're on cloud nine. You're like an angel. He's like an angel. The way he sings, effortlessly.
Yep.
For me, I'm like, I gotta try a little bit.
He's got a great voice. He won't come on the show because he doesn't like the way he speaks English. So I'm like,
okay.
I can speak Spanish. I can speak in Spanish.
But the thing is, like, if he speaks in Spanish, you guys understand him, right?
Hmm?
Next time I see him at a gig, I'm gonna try to convince him Indio. Let's see what he says.
Yeah, do it.
Tell him, say, I'll speak in English. You understand English, so just answer in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Back and forth. Why not?
Yeah.
I think it works.
Yeah, there's, and you know who else? And actually, I'm gonna get on him here pretty quick. Is Ricardo Castillon. He's told me before. He's like, no, Lawrence, I don't know.
Guy,
yeah,
awesome voice.
He's got a great voice, and he speaks fine in English. But he's like, the technology, all this other stuff, and I'm like, really, dude? He's on Bumper's show right now.
Bro, that's what the kids are there for.
I know.
That's what I say.
Yeah, he just, I don't know. Sometimes it just, and we see each other in some of the oddest places sometimes, and but I it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I like new.
You know who else I would want to like, and it doesn't have to be a singer, right? For me, dude, I want to do one song con este guitar player, Chris Pettis.
Oh yeah.
But it would have to be a right song. Like I would want it to be a cumbia with a good drive that needs a little grit, a little bite in it,
Mm,
or a lot of bite
yeah.
for that. I want to collaborate with different people. It doesn't hurt. It's beautiful, you know. And as long as the song's good, it's gotta be a good song. And with the right producer, like the gentleman I'm working with, my good buddy Jay Alanis. Jay Alanis produced Muñeca de Cristal. Jay Alanis is a longtime bass player for Jimmy Gonzalez.
Right.
He was with him 14, 15 years, somewhere there. And he would study Jimmy doing studio work, and he would understand why he's doing something, right? Because there's a theory behind it. And he's recording songs for me, so we're recording a lot more songs together. He's producing it. También Jay right now is currently the musical director for Jay Perez. So he's the guitar player for Jay Perez, and he's producing the Jay Perez's next album that's coming out. So the guy's got a lot of talent and really good music, and we're going to be recording more rancheras, polkas, cumbias. I would love to do a huapango that has kind of like almost like a Santana type thing where, you know, Oye Como Va, you got some good lyrics in there, but then it becomes just a jam session.
Oh yeah.
Then
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what we can whip up, something like that.
Yeah. Just do
Bolero.
the arrangement for it. I think you would do.
Yeah.
I think you could do a really good bolero. I think that would be really good for you. You know.
Bolero, yeah. I
Yeah.
want to do bolero. I want to do power ballads, right? Como No Te Olvidaré,
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
And even possibly maybe just throw it out there, maybe a couple of mariachi tunes, just to try it, just to see how the people might like it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Um,
that's what you got the vocal acumen for it. You got the acumen for the song knowledge for it. So it's really good.
Thank you.
It's Tejano Time. Says shout out from DFW via San Diego. He's in San Diego now. So, all right, cool. Rick Valderrama says Danny.
What's up, dude?
Yeah, my buddy
What's
Rick.
And we were catching up. At the Tejano Mundial. Out there. We were hanging. Yeah, he's a good guy, man. Rick, dude, you're awesome, brother.
You know what?
He's a good guy. You're a good guy.
I love the horns because he always, you know, he's a trumpet player, and you know his brother Richie does the saxophone, and
Trombone player. So I don't.
Yeah, I love this. I love the horns, but let me tell you something. I've done a deep dive on his music, and him and I are really good friends. But I tell you, he is a master when it comes to harmonies. Harmonies are his thing. You want to learn about harmonies? Go to Rick Valderrama because they're on point. And I've been in this business long enough to where I can hear electronic harmonies, and they're not.
Oh,
Electronic harmonies are basically what they do, Barbie. Is they'll take the singer's voice, they'll change the pitch, and then just layer it over the top.
Mhm.
And it's the same singer. It's just that they manufacture the pitch, and
it's Scaffa.
yeah, you can hear it. A lot of novel people won't be able to pick it up. You know, and it sounds clean. It's not bad. It's a trick.
It's too AI, I guess I would call it. It's just too it's too perfect. It's too quantized. It's
Right.
just too bland. There's no feel, emotion. There's no rawness of it's okay if the other singer is not exactly on point with you. It's okay. I believe okay if somebody leaves a little guitar part with just a little something, a little shiver, whatever you want to call it, an imperfection. I think it's okay to have things like that in the music because it keeps it and makes it real.
Yeah.
Because when you play live, most likely somebody's going to mess up, and it's okay. It's all good. I think it goes back to like almost like the Motown and those guys where just say, do it. Here we go. Make it hot. I want to hear a little bit of that. You know. I
always tell people that are novice, I always tell them that it's It's ranch dressing on your salad. There are some people that just kill the salad with ranch dressing, and I'm like, why don't you just drink the ranch dressing? Because
Yeah.
you're not going to taste anything. All you're doing is just tasting ranch. There's no.
It's like, it's like when you go back and you hear the difference from, today's rock and roll. Everything is so compressed, and it's just too compressed, too perfect. But when you go back and compare it to classic rock, 70s analog recording, AC/DC, Bad Company, Foreigner, all these guys, you can hear that difference. You hear the difference.
Yeah, that's the reason I complimented you on your mix, because sometimes I get music that's very compressed and it's just all coming at me, and I'm like, it's music has to breathe. It has to have a heartbeat, and if just because you can doesn't mean you should, and just let the song be the song. It doesn't have to be all just blowing your head back. Remember that commercial, that the cassette tape commercial where the guy was on a couch and he's just being blown back with all the sound.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It's the way I feel sometimes when I get some music. I'm like, holy crap, turn it down, guys. It doesn't have to be that way. It's not
You're
how.
You're talking about the JBL ad?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Right?
yeah, that's.
Man, I want those speakers. They're still-
But for me, it's like, it's not how loud you get; it's how well you get loud.
Yes. And I think that goes back to the producing, whoever the producer is, because when you're, I pick up from what these guys talk about, right? I'm the guy, I'm sitting in the corner and they're doing all their magic. And they're like, if the keyboard player is playing on a certain octave, a certain part, the guitar player cannot be playing the same chord and the same octave or whatever, right? They got to use a different
a complementary chord. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And then that goes for anything else, any other keyboard part you're going to put in the back, or a horn or something. You need to let everybody breathe and not overlap on each other.
Yeah, it's one of the things that I've always had when I'm in the studio.
It's just play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I'm in the studio, I'm always like, man, I always want to hear a filler, a keyboard playing strings with or horns or something, just in the key, just a chord, just in the background, just to fill, just a small. Doesn't have to be loud, just there. It's Tejano time.
Fill up the empty spot.
Right. Yeah. It's Tejano time. Says Marco does speak English. I hear him talk in Vegas. I didn't say he didn't. I said he doesn't like the way he talks.
There you go.
He only speaks in Spanish, and Ricardo also speaks in English. I didn't say he didn't speak English. I said that he doesn't want to come on the show because he says electronics, sistuma. He doesn't speak that way, but you know what I'm saying. It's like I have a friend from Japan that I buy a lot of my lenses from. My cinema lenses, and I buy them from Japan because they take care of everything. I buy it used because some of my lenses, if you buy them new, they're going to be like $4,000. But if you buy them used, they're like $2,000. But in Japan, they really take care of it. And for them, like a scratch, they take off like $200 off of for a scratch. And I'm like, I didn't see it.
Make sure you scratch my lens.
Right, but not on the lens, on the body.
Oh, okay, on the frame.
Yeah, and so he'll tell me, "Oh, Lorenz-san, these are very dirty. You are gonna be very not happy with this lens."
Uh-oh.
But that's not how he talks. I just say that because it sounds really, really cool. And I like using that Japanese accent because he doesn't talk that way. He's like, "Yo, bro, this thing has got a little scratch on it, but you're going to love it." That's the way he talks. I know it's completely racist, but it sounds really cool to me because and when I talk to him, "Oh, Lorentan," he's like, "Shut up, dude. You sound stupid." So, but anyway, that's why I did that.
Time you purchase a glass. Oh. Be nice now.
I know.
I'm kidding.
Vivian Chavez says, "Hello, Lawrence. Hey, how are you doing, Vivian? Thanks so very much for joining us." And Neo says, "No, says, I like ranch dressing." Yes, everybody likes ranch dressing, but don't kill your salad with ranch dressing. That's what I'm saying. There gets to a point, I see people that are pouring that ranch dressing on there, and I'm like, dude, just put it away. Just drink it. Put a straw in the bottle. and just do that because you're killing your salad. You know, I don't put any dressing on my salad ever. Salt and pepper, and that's it. Because
What I need.
yeah, that's all it needs. And
Sometimes I do a vinaigrette, apple cider vinaigrette.
yes, sometimes.
Not too crazy. But I like the croutons. If you got croutons around, watch out. I end up putting too much croutons.
Yeah,
Too many.
I do like
Hey, so when you guys saw the video real quick, I had a question. Did you guys notice, Beto?
yes, I did. He was in
Car?
yeah, he was first he was in the car and then he was playing the guitar.
Yeah.
Did you notice that, Barbie?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he's there. He was
Did you-
did you film it before he was sick or after?
My man?
Did you film it before he was sick or after? Because he got sick for a while.
Yeah, no, I want to say after because that wasn't too long ago.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, that weekend he was in Piedras Negras, I think it was, getting a lifetime achievement award with
Yeah.
the association, the Writers Association out there. And that was a Saturday, and the next day Sunday he just drove straight from over there to Brownsville because we filmed everything in Brownsville. And he got there right as the sun was already setting because that was the first weekend, that was the first Sunday where the time changed. So it was moved up ahead. We were about an hour off because we wanted that look. And I'm like, dude, the time change? It's getting dark. Yeah, by 4:45, 5 o'clock, it was already gone. We kept calling, hey, dude, where are you? Where are you? I'm in Harlingen. I'm in San Benito. I'm in, Rancho Viejo and whatever. And finally he gets there. And I'm like, dude, let's get going. We just got to get going. We're going to do the car scene. We got to do the car scene. And we got to do the other scene. And then we took a little break. And then at night, after it dusk, we filmed the patio in the back.
That's funny.
Doing
No,
all that. So talk about, we did that in maybe one take, if not two takes with the car. We just had enough time for two takes. So like whatever we get, we get. And that's it. You got to edit it and get the best angles, get the best shot. And that's it. So yeah, we didn't do too bad.
well,
We did.
believe it or not, it happens a lot. Actually, one of my favorite photos, because I did a photo shoot with Rick Valderrama, and one of my favorite ones, my batteries on my light had gone down because I have I was using a flash by strobe,
Yeah.
and the batteries went down, and I wasn't satisfied with any of the pictures that I had taken. Rick, he was being very generous. He liked a lot of the pictures, but I was like, nah, dude, I'm just not happy with it. And then I saw this guy with the Pizza Hut sign on his car. And then I told Rick, I was like, Rick, stand right here and just look out like you're looking out like you're calling a cab or something. And he's like, okay. And I go, wait till I tell you. And then I just waited for the car to come in and his headlights hit him. And when he turned around, when that car made that right turn, I told Rick and he stood out and I took the picture. It's one of my best
Perfect.
pictures. Yeah. And he's like, what the hell?
Got that picture on you? Can you show it to us? You got it?
No, I don't. He's got it, but I could. Well, I have to look for it. But yeah, that was one of my favorite pictures of him.
Post it. You can't get it right now. Post it later.
Yeah, I will.
Tomorrow.
Well, Rick, you posted. You're on here, bro. So Luis says, "Oh, Mr. Miyagi accent." You know what? That's exactly right. When my son gets hurt, I go.
With Rick at Vegas también. And we were catching up there, and I told him, man, dude, it'd be pretty cool if we could do a duet one of these days. It'd be nice to do a song with the horn section and everything. That would be fun.
Rick is such
Rick,
an amazing person. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
y también David Mares is another one.
the ageless wonder.
Dude, that dude for me, dude, he is the Mexican version of Gino Vanelli. Gino Vanelli right there, dude. The flesh.
Yeah, he's something else. Vivian says, let me catch up with these comments real quick. I'm sorry. Vivian says just a tad bit of ranch. Let's see here. Jose Luis says you want more salad of your ranch dressing than your ranch dressing. At the end of the
Whatever.
video, Hilda says that I saw it. Yeah, what's up, Danny Ortiz? Fred Mase Luis. Hey, how you doing? From California, he says, saludos, Lawrence. Hey, how you doing? And then Hilda said she saw Beto at the end of the video.
Yeah.
He was playing the guitar. Yeah.
That part where the accordion part comes out, the accordion and the guitar player.
Yeah.
Or all that. So yeah, so I'm super glad that we got Beto in there as a cameo. We got him in there to be a part of it, probably more than a cameo. He's a part of the video, and I'm fortunate with that because these guys. I think we got to give these songwriters more credit than because people just say, "Oh yeah, he wrote the song," and then that's it. They kind of forget. Nobody wants to talk about it, and. Hey man, I'm not a songwriter. I'm terrible, but I think I can deliver a good song. I think that's where my talent is, and everybody's got to know what their forte is and stick with it. And you can you can practice other things on the side and then bring it out, right? Bring it out of the hat for the chest when that your craft is up to par to share.
Yeah, it's very, very true. You gotta give credit what credit is due. It takes a village.
It does. It really does. So I told Beto after this, but I said, hey, dude, other songs that we're gonna make. I go, I want to make videos for every song that I do, but we're gonna go crazy on video.
Mm-hmm.
And a matter of fact, I'm already starting another video. We're already planning it, and hopefully we can start it. If not next weekend, the following weekend, because we got to get it going for my next release that hopefully, si Dios quiere, it'll come out for the end of March. And if anything happens, well, there's always a delay. Probably come out in April. But I'm shooting for the end of March. So.
Yeah. I always tell people, that's the time limit, but don't, because things happen. Things always happen. There's a target date, but you never know. And look, the year before last, I made 19 music videos. Last year, I made 17 music videos.
And you do the actual recording, like you do the editing and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're a camera guy, a cinematographer.
I am a cinematographer. Yes.
Okay.
And I use cinema cameras. I have DSLRs like this.
Yeah.
But I use actual cinema cameras. I don't use the other stuff.
So then we can go to San Angelo with you. We can shoot a video.
Yeah. Nice stuff. This is the picture from Rick.
That's the picture.
And and that's with the headlights of the car from the pizza guy.
Yeah. You see it right there. You see it on his face and his hands and everything, all that angle.
Yeah. And I was
on the shirt.
It looked really, really good. I was like, I like that shot. It was one of my favorite shots because it was so casual. People sometimes they push the envelope and they try to do too much and everything. No.
Yeah, you're trying too hard.
Yeah, you do it.
Maybe we can go out to San Angelo one of these days on the right song and we can go do a video out there.
We don't have to. I can go to you, man. I have gun will travel. This is all I do.
Oh, okay.
This is all I do. Jose Luis says, was that the first time that Beto was in a video?
I don't think so. I don't think so, but we would need to ask him.
You know what? He's slated to, because I'm also doing a documentary on Tejano legends and stuff like that. And he's one of the ones that I still need to interview. I had them slated. He was supposed to do him and Q, Abel Quintanilla. They were supposed to do it at the same time.
Okay.
And I don't know why Q had to cancel, but they did that. And there's only 3 that I haven't finished. I haven't gotten yet. And that's Freddie Martinez, Beto Roman, and Abel Quintanilla.
Who are the other guys that you have interviewed?
Valde Munoz, Renee, Carlos Guzman, Sonny Osuna.
Okay.
I mean, just countless, like the Los
It's good that you're getting all that footage because it's something that needs to get published and something that needs to be out. That way, the younger generation
Mhm.
can be reminded, or at least learn
Learn. Mhm.
all the guys that came before them.
Oh yeah. And-
We got to have archives, and I'm glad that you're doing that because that's something that probably can be registered, and be stored in museums and everywhere. That way, it's accessible.
Yeah.
You know.
For me, one of the things that I said, thank you, by the way, Jose Luis said that it was a good picture. Thank you. For me, when I started doing it, I told them I was very particular. I said, I don't want to make money from this. I think that we should share it.
Yes.
I'm a Native American, and we have something called kalwaje, and
Okay.
what it was like my grandfather. We would go in the backyard and we'd make this little fire. We had a little fire pit, and we'd make a
Mhm.
fire, and then he would tell us a story, and he would hold a stick. It didn't matter. It was just a stick. He would just hold it, and he would tell the story, and then he would stop in the middle of the story, and he would hand off the stick. And whoever got the stick, you had to stand up and finish the story that he was telling you. And that's the way we would pass down our heritage.
Okay.
And so everybody else that was there, they were there to remind, you forgot this. And, if you messed it up, they would tell you how you forgot. But everybody would pay attention. So that way we would remind ourselves of the real story of what happened.
Yeah.
And that's what,
Yeah.
it was for. So
Yeah.
that's how our history was passed down. And history should not be sold. We need to remind ourselves of who we are. And
Mhm.
and a lot of times people don't remember those that try to keep us down don't want us to know the greatness of who we are.
Mhm.
If you do not know your history, you do not know the great accomplishments, the great achievements that you've had.
Yeah.
You need to know these things to better understand who you are and why you are. And those players, first time to use rock and roll lyrics in Tejano music. Rick's dad, had his own bus. He was a performer. He was a recording artist as opposed to just a band. It was really big back then because not everybody could record.
Yeah.
All these different things really do matter. And then especially a lot of these guys, they were drafted. They went to Vietnam, and they were to come back. There's a great story with Balde Munoz where when his dad bought him a drum set, he was like 10, 12 years old, bought him a drum set. He didn't know how to play it. Okay. He knew he wanted it, but he didn't know how to play it. And what he did was he would go to the club. He would go to the club and he would sneak in the back door and see the drummer, and he would study the drummer and how he was playing. And then they would kick him out because, hey, you're a kid, you're not supposed to be here. They kick him out, and he'd run home and he'd try to do what he saw at the club. And that's how he taught himself how to play drums.
Yeah. All the greats. That's how they started. I mean, Elvis Presley,
Yeah.
I've seen those kids.
Yeah. There is a guy, I can't remember off the top of my head, but he was one of the singers and one of the songwriters of one of the bands from the 70s. I can't remember the name of the band. But I had asked him of all the songs that you've written, because he'd written 100 songs, and one of the songs that he had written was at the time, it was one of the hits for Jay Pettis. Jay Pettis was singing it. It was his song that was on the radio.
Okay.
And I said, is there a song that you wish that would have gotten more attention, but never did? And he goes, really, there's only one song that I wish people would hear. And I was like, which one? He says, one that he wrote for his wife. And I go, what's the name? And I didn't know the name of the song. I didn't know the song. And he goes, well, he just wrote it for his wife who had passed away 4 years previous.
Oh, wow.
And he goes to sing this song, and we are in a hotel room, not in a hotel, in a restaurant, in the dining hall, like a private dining room. And it's just me, Gracie, him, the lady that's helping him because he had trouble walking, and the ladies that were cleaning up the room, like the waitresses and stuff, and the bus guy. And they were all sitting down just paying attention. And he sang that song. And I'm telling you, everyone in the room cried because it's such a beautiful song.
Wow.
And he sung it just for me. And I was just like amazed how beautiful. And this guy was like 80 years old.
Yeah.
He still had talent. I mean, to share
Wow.
for days. That needs to be shared, and it needs to be free. It needs to be a kid needs to walk into a library and say,
Yeah.
"I want to know."
Yes.
That needs to be out there for people.
Well, good. I'm glad you're doing it, and that you're going to finish it. So
Mhm.
get those guys, sharing
All right.
the life.
Hey, Danny. You know what? For people that want to get a hold of you, it's your Facebook, right?
Yeah. So people can find me on my different social media pages: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, my website, and if you guys just type in Danny Ortiz official, it's gonna populate. It'll come out.
Well,
So Danny Ortiz official with 2 S.
well, just for me, I just did it real quick. I just went ahead and made this one so you. The Danny Facebook, you can go there. That's a QR code.
Yeah.
You
Get
just-
that QR there. Appreciate it. Sure.
yeah, you could go ahead and go there. It'll take you to Danny's Facebook page and go ahead and get a hold of him. Remember, you can ask for, hey, bring on Danny down, man. Danny's got some great music. Bring him down.
Yeah.
You could tell your
Yeah.
people there. Or, you know what? Hey, Danny, man, ¿sabes qué? I'm divorcing my wife for 30 years. She just drugged me into the house. So come on back, man. Come on down. We're going to celebrate because she said if I didn't quit drinking, that she was going to leave me. And I've been drinking for 30 years, nearly killed my liver, and she's still here, but she finally left. Oh, no, just kidding. Just, people are like, what the hell? Vivian, there's the magic. Thank you so very much, Vivian.
Yeah.
No, most definitely. So, there's the deal right there, brother.
You're liking the song. If you're not hearing it at your radio station, or if they are playing it at your local station, call them and request it. Request that song. So a lot of other people can hear the song as well. And if you guys like it, if the people like it, well, they can look me up on Facebook.
Well, if you're listening to it on Qville Radio, either on the website or on the app, you're going to see an add to cart button on there. You can click on that add to cart button. It's going to take you to Apple Music. Even if you do have an Android, you can still buy the music from Apple Music, and you can go ahead and buy the song, and you can buy anything else that's associated with Danny Ortiz. You can buy it there. I do not make any money from that transaction, but because I participate in the program, I do get a discount on my licenses because Qville Radio is a fully accredited radio station with ASCAP BMIC 60 core. And with that being said, if you are a new artist or a new band, you want your music heard, send it in to admin@qvilleradio.net. I said a lot.
That was a mouthful, but good.
I know, right? And I said that without a hiccup. So what's the name of the song, Danny? It is called A Muñeca de Cristal. That's the name of the song.
Muñeca de Cristal, written by Beto Ramon, produced by Jay Alanis, engineered by Aaron Holler, the famous Aaron Holler, Art of Holler Studios in San Antonio. We recorded there, we mastered it there, and great musicians that are on this track. Johnny Rod, longtime, Jimmy Gonzalez, keyboard player and collaborator with a lot of the Jimmy hits. Jay Alanis on guitar, Jay Alanis on bass, Jay Alanis on keyboard, Johnny Rod on keyboard, Chris Perales on keyboards as well, Aaron Holler on drums and engineer, and Homero Esquivel on accordion, and my little sister Claudia on vocals, on the backup vocals.
That's awesome, man. And a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, brother, hey, we've come to that part of the show where we're going to go ahead and take out and let you go ahead and send your shout outs, send your thank yous, and remind people where what it is that where they can go and get you. Once again, there's the QR code to Danny's Facebook right there, and so
Buddy,
it's just you
well,
by yourself, brother. All right.
again, people that are tuning in or don't know much about me, my name is Danny Ortiz, former vocalist with Jimmy Gonzalez Grupo Mas, not once but twice, and I appreciate everything Jimmy did for me and gave me opportunities. And now I'm here as a solo artist in La Onda Tejana, recording new music. You can find my first new single that's been out already for a couple of months. It's called Muñeca de Cristal. Call your radio station, your DJs, request it. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Subscribe on my YouTube page. You can see my music video there. And you can find me under Danny Ortiz Official .com or Danny Ortiz Official on any of the platforms, and I should come out. Or you can just click on that QR code. Get that QR code right now and follow me. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much, everybody out there, all the support, and we'll be seeing you soon. I'm working on other songs, many more songs, and next one's coming out pretty soon. So enjoy and come along for the ride.
There you go. There you go. Thank you so very much for being here, Danny, man. I really do appreciate you, brother, man.
Appreciate it, brother.
No,
Thanks for
thank you.
and saludos a Vicky V Promotions for hooking us up and making it happen. Vicky, thank you so much for everything you do and all the support that we're getting. Hilda Peña, big shout out to Hilda Peña and La Doña Chingona.
Yeah, there you go.
Antonio, right?
Right.
No. Yes.
Yeah, and I believe she had a birthday not too long ago. Happy birthday. Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah. Yeah. My manager, my primo Noe Ortiz, manager and CEO of Zetro Artist Management. Zetro is our last name, Ortiz backwards. Zetro.
Oh, cool.
And we're doing a lot of great things. Our team is doing good, and we're going to keep it going. And contact us. Anything anybody needs, let me know. Let us know.
Well, No says that thank you guys for inviting Danny to the show. You have a very good show. Congratulations, and we will always be available to come back soon. Thank you guys so very much, and you're welcome to come back. This is your house. You're welcome to come back anytime. Eddie Firmalon, hey brother, how are you doing? Hey, put down your show so that we can go ahead and let people know when they can listen to you. Saludos todos, definitely firme, a firme new single. Let us know so that way we can share it so that way people can go out and check you out. Vivian Chavez says, God bless you with your music, Danny.
Thanks, bro. Thank you, sir.
Gravielia says, thank you for the QR code. Just requested a friend request for you. There you go. Vivian says, God bless to you and yours. Thank you so very much. It was a great hearing your new song. So,
thank you, guys.
Great show, Indio. Thank you so very much. I tried my best. I wear my tidy whities today, so I feel really fresh and clean. So,
and Barbie, doing good out there?
Is that too much TMI? Wish y'all the best, Danny. Wish you all the best, Danny. Thank you, Daniel Ortiz. Got lots to go to do ahead of us, and you, and thank you so very much. Hey, by the way, I want to remind you, go to for all you new artists, be sure that you go out to Radio Gala. I will be there. Last year, I think I interviewed like 32 people. Last year, the year before, I did 38. It's a great opportunity for you to get your voices heard, get your music heard. I do book a lot there as well. Right now, I'm booked through April. So if you want to get on my books, get on there, because usually when I come out of there, I'm done till like November. So just come on down and be part of the show.
How long is the show running for? What's your block or what when you're out there?
At Radio Gala?
Yeah, the Radio Gala.
The Radio Gala starts at 5:00 and it's supposed to end at 1. But
1 in the morning, 5 in the afternoon, or 5 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon.
No, 5 at
5
night.
p.m.
5 p.m. to 1 in the morning.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm usually there till the end. I'm usually the last person.
Wow.
Yeah, I have usually what Vic will do is Vic will schedule people out.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'll get with.
he's I mean, it's not that I it's just that it's hard sometimes, cuz it's like hurting people in and out,
Yeah.
and uh I don't know, it just happened, but I'll have my whole setup, my lights, my cameras, the whole 9 yards, and you won't miss me because I take up a lot of space. My setup is very obnoxious, so it's like it's very obnoxious, right, Barbie. And
Yeah.
if you're a female artist, you're gonna want to take pictures in my booth because I have the best lights. It makes you look so pretty. So
Right.
Alfredo Rios, hey, how's it going, brother? You know what? Ali, his daughter, is going to be performing at Fanfare, and
Yep.
hope she'll be there. So, go out and support these guys. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Suerte, Danny says, Jose Luis, suerte, suerte. Uh, Eddie
Thank you, brother.
says, gracias, my brother, for asking. My shows are on every Wednesday and Friday at 6 to 8. 6 to
Okay.
8 p.m. Califas time. That's Western time in California time at the Tejano Network Radio.com. Tejano
Hey,
Network Radio.com and on TikTok Live. Gracias, Indio.
okay.
You got it. Eddie Firmalon. Go check him out, man. Support, support, support. We are the only way we can level up is together.
What's Khalifa's time compared to Central over here? What is it? An hour?
It's 3 hours after. No, it's
I
three.
thought it was 2.
It's three.
Okay.
It's three. Because we have Central, Mountain, and Pacific.
Mountain time
It's Central, Mountain, and
What is-
Pacific. So
too, right?
yeah, it's 3 time zones.
Okay.
hmm
Just to know, just so when people know when they're checking it out from over here at 6 p.m., they know to check it in
Yeah,
at 9 or 10 or
it
whatever
would
it may
be.
be.
Yeah, it would be here. This time it would be 8 o'clock, I think. So
Oh, they're behind.
just
Right.
it's Pacific time. Just Pacific time. Just remember it's Pacific time.
Okay.
There you go. Graviela said that Barbie chick. Great seeing you, girlfriend. There you go.
Thank
Can
you.
Song Indio. I will play the song and as we leave. Trust me, I will. I will be there. Indio says Hilda. Thank you so very much.
Good.
Yes, she's gonna be. She's gonna be there. Graviela says y'all have a great weekend. Of course, each and every one of y'all have a great weekend. I'm trying to read these as fast as I can. I'm sorry. We'll take both Danny and Gladys Ruiz. Yes, bring them on down. Hey, come on down to the deal, and we'll do another interview with you guys. Well, you've seen my setup at Tejano Mundial. My setup was a little bit smaller there. Well, it's kind of a different setup now,
Okay.
because of that. Muñeca de Cristal, of course, is it 2 hours behind? Yes, it's 2 hours behind. Yeah, everybody's saying two. Well, I said it's 3 time zones: Central, Mountain, and Pacific. That's how I said it. But
I got you.
I'm sorry if I confused y'all. It is like 2 hours. Yeah. My son lives in San Diego, California. Very good. The first time I saw a person with purple hair was in California. And I was like, that was, and this is in the 80s. So it wasn't normal. It was just really weird. And I was going to teams in South Korea. And so we were flying out of California, and it was just like, what the hell? Back then, I still talked like I was still back in the West Texas. So now I only talk that way when I'm either tired or drunk, and I don't drink anymore. So there you go. Hey guys, thank you so very much, Danny, brother. If you could stick around just a little bit so we can take care of some radio business, I'd greatly appreciate you. Barbie, do you have anything going on this weekend, brother? Sister, sorry.
Nope, just wrapping up some wedding venue shopping. So I'm trying to make that decision by the end of this month. We've already made our decision for the band, so that was really cool. We made that decision last
Hey,
weekend.
you
So
didn't ask me to do it. That's not cool.
I have to get with you because you're going to be a part of it. So I got to get with your books and give you the date.
Definitely. Okay. Well, guys, Thank you each and every one of you. Thank you so very much for being here. I really do appreciate y'all. I am sorry about the TikTok listeners. Y'all weren't able to comment. I'll try to get that fixed the next time. But thank you so very much for all of y'all. And if today was not a good day for y'all, if y'all didn't have a good day today, just remember, every day planes take off against the wind. You matter. You are loved. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and leave you with Muñeca de Cristal from Daniel Ortiz, the one and only. I call him the Texas Troubadour because he's got a great voice. And be looking out for him. He's got some more music coming out. We'll be sharing. And as soon as I get a hold of it, I'll play it and I'll go ahead and share it with y'all. Danny, thank you so very much for being here, brother. And you're welcome to come back at any time. And yes, Vivian, you all matter. You're loved. We'll see y'all later next time. Be human to each other. Here it is. I got the good stuff.
No sé lo que pasó, me pegó un rayo cuando yo te vi por primera vez. Y aunque alguien te traía de la mano, soñaba yo con volverte a ver. Al fin en una fiesta entre amigos te volví a mirar y no aguanté. Me acerqué a ti muy despacito y al ver tus ojos me enamoré. Tú eres mi muñeca de cristal y con mi vida yo te cuidaré. Más valiosa que las perlas del mar, el tesoro que soñé. Tú eres mi muñeca de cristal, una gema convertida en mujer. Tu amor es lo que me hace más feliz, es tuyo mi querer. Tú eres mi muñeca de cristal y con mi vida yo te cuidaré. Más valiosa que las perlas del mar, el tesoro que soñé. Tú eres mi muñeca de cristal, una gema convertida en mujer. Tu amor es lo que me hace más feliz, es tuyo mi querer. Tu amor es lo que me hace más feliz, es tuyo mi querer.